Welcome to the Windows Computer and Technology channel, and I'm going to talk a little bit about some of the. We got a lot of answers, of course, when we talk about Linux, or if we dare mention that Windows cannot be bypassed when you're a real user of a PC that has important software and hardware to use. It's a message that a lot of Linux fanboys can't accept because they do not see what cannot run, because they all think of a PC as, well, they got a printer and a mouse and a keyboard, and what hardware do you want? Well, there's a lot of hardware that, even when they are capable of being run on Linux, the choice of software is so limited, it becomes really boring to use. And that, unfortunately, too many Linux fanboys can understand that. Once again, that's why Windows is king. It's king because you got so much more choice than what Linux gives you. So, wanted to address one thing here, is a lot of people, of course, talking about, well, Chromebooks are Linux, and Android is Linux, and it's like, no, we're not going to go there like that. When you say that, you are wrong, and why you are wrong is not because you're wrong technically. Yes, they are variations of the code of Linux used for that. But Android is Android, and in no way looks like Linux, and in no way has the limits of Linux in its own, because it's an operating system that's extremely popular on mobile devices. But no, that's not Linux. It's Android. And that is one thing. Chromebooks. Oh, well, running Linux. Chromebooks is a variation of, no, it's Chromebook. It's not Linux. You don't do what you do on Linux on a Chromebook. Yes, you can install on some Chromebooks Linux, but it's not Linux. You don't do what Linux does. It's a Chromebook. So when somebody comes up and says, well, Linux is dominant, look what all these Androids and Chromebooks, and no, they are Android and they're Chromebooks. And Linux, when we talk Linux, is a distro on a PC. And that's where we have to understand this. For the rest, I don't care. I don't care. The thing here about this is that too many Linux users are blinded. There are so many messages say, well, I'm blinded by Windows. I'm not. If you would see what I do, if you would see all the hardware I use and all the specialized software I need, you would not even touch a Linux distro with a 100-foot pole. It's as simple as that. But because of Linux fanboys' lack of knowledge of what Windows can do, they have the impression that we're overhyping Windows. As for the snooping part, I'm not really going to comment much on that. It's, what, if you think you're not being snooped on Linux, you probably should wake up a little more, because you are in so many ways. Anyways, for security reasons, there's one comment that I still remember is like, Linux is a security fortress. What a joke. This is lack of knowledge of what security is all about. In fact, if you look at many security websites, the amount of Linux malware and Linux flaws, vulnerabilities that need to urgently be fixed all the time is staggering. It is not safer than Windows at all in any way. And that's the funny part, because it reminds me of the Mac users that still today, a lot of Apple users will think that, well, I got a Mac because it's safer. No, it's not. It's a false idea. It's something that, just shows the lack of knowledge of what security is all about. So, it's interesting. And there will always be this, back and forth between Linux users and so on. I want to thank the several users of Linux that are, enthusiasts and love Linux distros that they're using, but that I've said, you're spot on. This is exactly a well thought out comment. Once again, I did use Linux a lot. I still plan to make some Linux videos just to show some, what it looks like for those that have never really used a Linux distro, and you'll see that there's some nice distros out there. But unfortunately, If you are in any way using some specialized software or hardware, you can't go there. It's a different thing. And it's like there's some nice Linux distros, absolutely. Some are fun to use, but you are still totally out of the reality of life and of using a PC, thinking that anyone can move to Linux and be happy. If you enjoy my videos, please subscribe, give us thumbs up. Thank you for watching.